Hey all, Keri and Megan here, bringing you our version of the Valley and Beyond top 3 list so far for the year 2014. It's either bands we've seen or places we've been in between January and mid-April 2014. This version of it is going to be acoustic acts, which for those of you who don't know, acoustic music is basically a softer, more quieter version. Sometimes they'll have drums or they'll have like a drum pad or something like that that they play with. To get you started, number 1 is going to be Diamond City Trio, which the members of Diamond City Trio are Brian Harmony, lead vocals, Tony Gordon on drums, both which are of M80. All the members of this band have other bands they play in as well. And then on guitars, you have the main guitarist, John Lewis of The Chatter. He is the main guitarist, but when he cannot make a show for whatever reason, they do use M80's guitarist Ryan Williams as the fill-in / backup guitarist. We chose them because they're a professional band. They cover all types of music. Well, by types I mean like from all different decades. They cover stuff from back in the 60s like Hey Jude by the Beatles. They cover 80s music like Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. Like Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond, like she just said. They also do newer stuff like Get Lucky by Daft Punk and Bloodlines by Robin Thicke. They know how to work it for what the crowd wants to hear. They are good at crowd interaction. They will get close to get down and walk into the audience with the guitar or the mic, or they'll talk to the crowd a lot, see what the crowd wants to hear, to joke around a little bit with the crowd. And they also do have multiple people who can do vocals. While Brian Harmony does most of the vocals, there's a couple of songs that the guitarist to take vocals for. Anything to add about them? I think just to recap, we chose Diamond City Trio as number 1 because they are a professional band. They play all types of music, all decades, types, varieties. They have good crowd interaction, and they are a pretty solid band. And for number 2, we have Ricky Bell and Ian Fry. They are a Lehigh Valley-based duo who's been playing together for, I think it's been about like 10 years. And they are professional. They're great with crowd interaction, even though it can be harder sometimes for them to get into the crowd where they play. But they still crack jokes with the crowd, or talk to people in the crowd, to take requests. And I would like to note, Ricky and Ian, yes, they are both in Sunshine Symphony. And they've also played in other bands together before in the past. And the two of them, they have the long-term playing together, they have the chemistry, they're solid together. They have 1 and 2 songs that they have a few mixes. They do one where they mix 3 or 4 different songs together. But it's like they'll mix 500 miles with more or less of medleys. Medleys of songs. It's not really a medley because it's a mix, because they start out with 500 miles and they put a verse of something else in. Then go back to 500 miles and they put a verse of something else in. Back to 500 miles, another verse of one of the other songs, back into 500 miles. And then they also put their own twist on 1 or 2 songs with changing a word or 2. Like in Cash's TikTok, to put it from the guy's perspective instead of the girl's perspective. And so to recap everything, we chose Ricky Bell and Ian Fry as the number 2 best acoustic act so far for the year 2014 because they play well, they have good chemistry on playing well together. They can put their own mixes on the crowds, onto the songs, and they're good with the crowds. And for the number 3, we chose Social Call Unplugged, which is an acoustic version of the band Social Call. They don't do very many unplugged shows, but they do Social Call Unplugged, which makes them an acoustic act. Therefore, they fall in this category. And we chose them because they are a fun band. They play all kinds of songs. Well, they play all kinds of from different decades and stuff. But they're mostly rock music.
Classic rock.
Classic rock type music. But it's still cool to watch. They throw a bunch of country in there, but not so much that you feel like it's all country. Okay, and the members of Social Call are frontman and guitarist Larry Warner, guitarist Shane Stoneback, bass player Joe, don't remember his last name offhand, and drummer Jose Matos. And back to, they have good energy, they bring energy to the crowd. They have the signature Social Call, in which multiple times during the night to bring the drink up and have a social, pretty much cheer on the audience, having everybody yell social and taking a drink of the drink. So, to recap, we chose Social Call Unplugged as the number 3 acoustic act so far for the year 2014 because the fun band, they play rock music, but they put the acoustic twist on it for the unplugged shows. But yet they can still bring the energy and still know how to work the crowd. So make sure, I think we covered most of these bands so far this year. But once again, links to all 3 will be in the caption of this video. So for now, peace out.